Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Heroes. You can feel it in your soul. The win the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yerk! Welcome to the fucking post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And I'm joined today. The Heat didn't show up tonight. So we put the motley crew together to get this show the fuck over with. We got Ant. Ant, how you doing?
I gotta be honest.
I don't give a fuck. I don't
feeling
care.
good. I'm feeling good.
I don't care. And we got
I don't
Kang
care
Ricky.
that you don't care.
Hey, shut the fuck up. And we got Kang Ricky, the chairman of the Kang gang. How you doing, Ricky? I don't fucking care. I don't care. What I care about is that the fucking Miami Heat lost this game 110-97 with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo playing like bitches. That's what they play like. That shit was pathetic, bro. Half-ass effort from Jimmy all night long. Bam missing fucking bunnies at the rim. Kyle Lowry. Oh, my God. I'm sorry we ever made a goddamn apology video to this motherfucker. Trade them all. How about that? Dan the Film Jenny, your fucking $5. Consistency is key. Bro, what the fuck happened out there? I don't know. Why are we playing stupid ball out there? Bums. I'm with it, bro. These motherfuckers, bro, like, oh my God. That shit made me so mad. Oh, lottie-dottie, everybody. Jess, pulling up to work. Didn't know she was finna do that. Random white shooter. She was random like Shameless Highsmith's performance. Our best fucking player.
That's the only reason I'm here. I just want to be very clear about that.
As a matter of fact, Jess, you get to talk first tonight because Shameless Highsmith was our best player. Cook, what did you or did you not see from this game this evening?
He's the second coming of Dwayne Wade.
God damn it, go away.
Wait, we need the ratings. Bring her back.
Fine.
Come on, I still got my makeup on and everything. I'm happy to be called a coward. I don't know what about these last two games gives you any confidence that we're winning a game 6. I don't care where it is, what court, I don't care. We have completely fallen apart. I called this a meltdown of epic proportions. There is nothing that makes me feel confident that we can win 2 more games in this series. We look so disheveled, so like I just don't even know how to. We all of a sudden don't know how to dribble. I understand shooting can be streaky, but what happened to taking care of the ball? What happened to the ball movement in the past? We look like the mid-season Heat. Like we look like a shell of our playoff selves that we've been up until this point. I don't understand it. It's beyond me. I'm not feeling very good about it. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, there's no such thing as momentum." There is. I played basketball. There is such a thing as momentum. And maybe I'm a coward. Maybe I am. But I do not feel good after watching that. I didn't feel good watching last game. I feel worse now. I don't know.
Jess, I ain't gonna hold you. I had almost forgot how careless we were with the fucking basketball because of how shitty Jimmy and Bam were this game. But Bam was a big ass part of it. This fucker couldn't hold the ball for anything. I am sorry that I am yelling, but I am fucking furious.
I just want to say that at least he heard my message and had more shot attempts, except he didn't make any of them. So I don't even know if I feel better about how many shots that he took. I don't. Bam, like, I watched this game and I'm like, oh, evidently he can't put the ball on the ground. Like, that can't happen. And, like, I tried to give him, like, I tried to cut him some slack on the timeline and be like, look, they are reaching, like, they are fouling him on several plays and they're not calling it. But he just looked scared. We looked like, I'm just going to stop there for now. I'm going to stop.
But you cooking, though. Want to thank the boy James Todd with the 50 bowls. Appreciate you, big dog. He said, I don't want to talk about Highsmith, Lowry, Duncan, or any of the role players. Fry Jimmy, Mr. Everything going to be all right, and Bam, Mr. No Hands. We got shell-shocked in the first quarter and never recovered because our leaders got pumped. 1,000%, James, bro. Like, I was standing in the middle of the game, bro. Oh, W. Brody 55, thank you for the $5 dono. He said, I don't want to hear nothing about role players. Jimmy and Bam, my leaders, played like garbage. Let the slander begin. Oh, bro, excuse me. We missed a comment a little bit earlier than that. I want to go back to that. Before Brody's. It was before James Todd. Somebody with a $2 dono. No, somebody did it. Somebody with the $2 dono. He said, Duncan Haslem more points assists than Butler and Bam. That shit, dog, like, I was saying this shit during the game. Like, these role players have won us as many games as they are going to win us. Like, God damn it. We can't ask Bam and Jimmy to win us one fucking game. And I'm sorry that we went this long without you talking. My brother, go ahead.
I feel good, man. Listen, let me tell you why. I was a little disappointed that after last year, the Heat weren't able to see advance to the NBA Finals on their home court. And we're going to get to see that this year, fortunately, because the Miami Heat are not losing the next game. And even if they were to lose the next game, I still have this team.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Not just because you're talking some bullshit that I don't want to hear. Excuse me. Who the fuck are you?
I'm a friend of Adam's. How y'all doing tonight? We're live from TD Garden right now.
As soon as you said this, you live from TD Garden right now.
Yes, sir.
God,
yes,
bro.
Sir. What's good
Talk to me
How
about that, bro. What? I'm fine. Fuck that, though. What was it like to be? I see you got on Heat gear. What was it like to be a Heat fan? First of all, who the fuck are you? What is your name?
Anthony.
Hello, Anthony. Oh my God. God, another Anthony. Anyway, like, what was it like to be in there and witness this fucking choke job in person?
It was tough. Jimmy seemed like he wanted to go back to Miami. That's what it seemed like. But when he pulled up that three on Rob Williams, he didn't pump fake, he didn't do no shimmy. It was straight up, let me just try to keep it over him. And it was a simple block. So, I don't know, it's some weird energy right now. Not having Vincent tonight was tough. But these Celtics fans are audacious, knowing we're down Tyler Herro, Oladipo, and now Vincent. Hey, don't let us win one. That's all I gotta say. Don't let us win one. But
see, I hear them bitches in the background.
Oh yeah, look. Can I flip the camera? Let's see. I'm not used to this app. Let's see if I can switch it around. Oh no, I just turn around. We got a little broadcast crew right here with Eddie House in them. Yeah.
Yeah, show them that.
But hey, I was here for game 1 and game 2, and I was giving them shit. Oh, hey, what up? What up? Hey, y'all better hope. Hey, y'all better hope Vincent doesn't come back.
Hey, I need you to repeat these words. Fuck you, pussy. How about that? Say that to him.
No, I can't say that. I can't say that.
Oh, well, you got to go. Appreciate you for
you're really good at that. That's weird. That's a little sus. Don't let Vincent come back.
Gentlemen, I want you to do me a favor. Remove this cracker from my show.
Fuck it. That shit was pretty dope, though, to have somebody in there. Like, appreciate you for pulling up other Ant. Let's get to the real Ant. Ant, bro, give me your thoughts on the game. Sorry, we had to interrupt you for that shit.
Nah, man. It's like, I ain't even trying to be funny or nothing like that. Like, I want to get to the point that Jess said about momentum is real. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard. Jess, I know this is not your first time watching playoff basketball. If that was the case, Miami would have bust their ass in game 4, and that's not what happened. Miami killed them in game 3. They were up 9 in the third quarter, and then Boston kicked their ass ever since that point. There is no carryover whatsoever from game to game in the playoffs. We see that year after year after year. Otherwise, you'd see all of these series be short series. That's just the truth. Because if Miami comes out there next game and they shoot hot, all of a sudden the momentum's back on their side. There's no carryover from game to game. I'm not mad because there's no way in hell they blow this series. There's no way I expected it to be a sweep or win in 5. I had the Heat in 6, and that's what it's looking like it's going to be. And 3-0 comebacks do not happen for a reason. I don't give a fuck if the Boston Celtics shot 90% last game. I don't care if they shot damn near 100% this game and Derek White was the second coming of Steph fucking Curry. I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because they have to do that shit 4 games in a row. 4 in a row. Jaylen Brown came out tonight and said, don't let us get another one. He said that after game 3, don't let us get 1. Then what? What the fuck you gonna do, pussy? You got to get 4, motherfucker. What the fuck is 1 gonna do? You don't come back from 3-0. I don't give a fuck if they win next game. I'm not betting against Jimmy Butler in game 7. And the Heat are winning this damn series, so everybody just needs to fucking relax. Seriously, This is chaos. This shit is supposed to be hard, bro. Y'all wanted to win in 5? This is the fucking playoffs, bro. Like, this is what
I wanted to win in 4. I wanted to sweep them.
That's not the playoffs, though. I live for this shit, bro. Some games with some fucking stakes. I live for this shit, man. I don't give a fuck. Jimmy doesn't give a fuck that they got their ass kicked tonight either. And people are mad that he's smiling, laughing after the game.
I'm about to say, you think I give a shit what Jimmy Butler care about tonight, bro? Jimmy Butler had 14 fucking points and disappeared the whole time. I don't give a motherfuck what Jimmy Butler got to say today.
I'm going to ride with him to the wheels fall off.
I don't give a motherfuck what Jimmy Butler got to say tonight. I don't give a motherfuck how Jimmy Butler feels tonight. Jimmy Butler should have showed me what he felt like on the court. He did not do that tonight. Look, bro, all that don't care about momentum shit, bro. I get it, bro. Everybody want to live in this confidence that we got. But the same team that we were in the regular season is still in there, and we are down more players. That is the problem. The longer this series goes, the harder it gets for Miami. This game was the game that Boston had the pressure. Next game, Miami has the pressure. Game 6 is our game 7. Ain't no fucking way we going back to Boston and winning that game.
Nope.
Ain't no fucking
You know who
way.
has pressure? The team that was down fucking 3-0. That's the team with pressure. Everybody acting like Miami got pressure.
The team that's losing the 3-0 lead, man. That's the team that got pressure.
Everybody acting like all the pressure in Miami. They you know what happens if Boston loses one more game? They're going to damn Cancun. That's the team with the pressure.
You know what happens if Miami lose one more game? We got to go back to fucking Boston and try to be the team that beat us 3 straight times. Just like we beat them 3 straight. We beat them 3 straight times. They are capable. And we just lost in Boston. We just lost.
Let me make this clear.
Tonight.
Let's fast forward. Let's say they go to game 7. You picking against Miami?
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
Never.
I'm 100% picking Boston if we go back to Boston. Ricky, I'm sorry. We've been 13 minutes. Get your shit off.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. Like,
shut the fuck up.
Do y'all not realize? Do y'all not realize that Jimmy and Bam have basically been resting these last 2 games? The Miami Heat like it hard. It's a part of their culture. Talk to Spo right now. It's what we need. It's the only way they can wake these guys up. It's going to be all the more satisfying when Miami wins it on their home floor. Oh, come on, people. Come on. This is like, I mean, look, you really think Miami didn't want to win this in 4 when they were up? What is it? When you don't think they had the opportunity to sweep the Bucks? You really don't think that the Heat had the opportunity to sweep the Knicks, the crappy Knicks and everything like that? Come on. The Heat are going to win this series in 6. The only reason they didn't win tonight was because clearly the refs had an agenda tonight. Every time Bam took the ball inside, he got hacked to bits. Okay, 2 bits. You mean to tell me they didn't? You mean to tell me Jason Tatum, the push-off king, got a technical early in the game and was like, oh, snap, if we tee him up later on, the Heat might actually mess around and come back and end this series in Boston, cause a potential riot. And next thing you know, they're giving the Heat the Larry Bird trophy where Larry Bird played most of his games. Come on now. Like, do you realize what this opportunity means? This was an opportunity to get Haywood Highsmith out there on the floor to get him reps. This was an opportunity to see what the other players have in Gabe Vincent's absence. You know Gabe's going to come back. You saw him earlier tonight. You know Tyler Herro's going to come back. I mean, my goodness, the Heat have them right where they want them. This is a team that dominates when they're down. Right now, it kind of seems like the Heat are down. And yet, what's going to happen? They're going to come back and win. This is the way it's got to be. It's going to be so satisfying in Game 6 when the Heat pull off, whether it's a blowout victory or a close victory, one of the most exciting, entertaining wins in Heat history for them to go on not just to the NBA Finals, but to their next championship over a highly favored Denver Nuggets team. Come on, people. I mean, I know Heat in 5 is the mantra, but that would have been too easy. Come on, the league wants 6 games. Did you see what happened with Denver and LA? They tried to give LA that game, but LA kept giving it back to Denver. It's easier this time. Come on.
Ricky, I want to be really honest with you and Ant Donato right now, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I hate both of y'all fucking guts. I just wanted to say that to y'all face. I hate you motherfuckers. Stop talking to me like I did not just watch them fold in consecutive games. Like, I'm gonna read these donos, and you seem to be the only person here with some sense.
I disagree with everything that's been said, but I'm gonna let you read the donos.
Yeah, let me get these out the way. Alex Porter with the 2 Aussie bucks. He said Jimmy acting like a clown. Spout 3, bro. Okay, bro, you've been talking that crazy shit. Somebody with the $2 dono, he said Jimmy paying like he's coasting and don't care. Exactly. Dan the Film Gen again with the $5 dono. He said, Bam, the fraudulent has returned. Yes, he did. He said, and I hate to see that shit tonight. You better win on Saturday or I'm going to be furious. Cook one time.
Come on.
Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. My dog, the coolest, she hit me with the $1.99 dono. She said, Roy, you let me join the stream. Adam Homeboy got to. Hey, listen, she sent me them bucks. I sent her that link. My dog, the coolest, pulling up one time. What's up, big dog?
What's going on, y'all?
Chilling. Let me get these donos out. I'm going to send it to Justin and I'm going to throw it to you. Ashton Rooks with the $5 dono. He said our stars had no sense of urgency, no adjustment needed. We just need to play better, and it's dead wrong. All of our momentum is gone. Duh, and is always wrong. Ralph Torres with the $4.99 dono. He said we would all have taken a 3-2 lead at home to clinch at this point. It will be war, and I'm taking Jimmy if it's a war. Bam's future decide. What? I don't know what that says, and I don't give a shit what you're talking about because you're full of shit. Like, we're not talking about what we would have asked for prior to this series starting. We're talking about what it was versus what it is now. Like, that's what it's talking about. Brett, the movie guy with the $1.99 dono, he said the racism will be real in Game 7 in Boston. First of all, the racism is real every time you step foot in Boston. Make sure you keep that a Billy Bean. Go ahead, Jess. Get your shit off. I want to talk about Jimmy. So let's get the conversation started on Jimmy. What the fuck?
I'll start with that. I'm going to address the one thing about momentum because, sure, say momentum doesn't exist. What does exist is getting cocky and complacent, thinking that you are going to sweep a team that, despite how they've played in this series, won 58 games in the regular season, have a Jason Tatum, a Jaylen Brown, and a whole bunch of role players that can go off, i.e. Derek White, at any given moment and be a sniper against this team. And so, you know what? Last game and all that, everything's going to be all right, and we're going to drink some beers and this and that. That's fine. I'll take one game. You know what? The Celtics are a good team, this and that. But then to come here, you know what this second loss in a row was? It's not the I'm coasting, I don't care. It's the game started off poorly for both of them, for Jimmy and Bam. They weren't shooting well. They were turning the ball over. They weren't being aggressive on both ends of the floor. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm already playing bad. This is my thoughts. I'm already playing bad. I can't get in a rhythm. And let me just make it look like I don't care. And like, oh, we'll go to a Game 6. We're fine. You know what? Like, when does that end? Does that end when we get to Game 7 in Boston and we're down by 20 again at the half? And all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're not screwing around anymore. This is not a team to screw around against. And all those tweets about playing with their food, this and that, you know what? They could have had that game. I'm not saying we needed to sweep the Celtics. I honestly thought that was insane that we were even up 3-0. But at the end of the day, like, you want to give them one game, fine. But giving them 2 games, letting them get in a rhythm, giving them an opportunity to tie this series on Saturday, that is a bad position to be in. And the pressure is on the Heat. It's no longer on the Celtics. Again, it was on them today. It's not on Saturday. Now they're coasting. Now they're all in their head like, oh, we could be the first team to, beat a team that was up 3-0, blah, blah. Like, I just don't like that level of confidence going into game 6 for them. I really don't. And look, like, at the end of the day, like, Jimmy, even tonight in those couple points, couple good shots, like, we always say this, like, he has the ability to take over. We know he does. And if the shot's not falling, he has the ability to take over the game in so many different ways. Okay, this guy could give us 12 assists and I'd be satisfied with what he did tonight. But instead, he just looked checked out. This is what we complained about almost all season. Is this the time to be doing that? I don't see any excuse. There's never an excuse. If your shot's not falling, dive on the floor for every ball. Play lockdown defense. Set up your teammates for great shots. Do something else. And instead, he just looked totally checked out. Completely checked out. There's no excuse for that. I'm not going to defend Jimmy on that.
Yeah, I don't think it's reasonable to defend Jimmy after because this ain't the first time. Like, this is back-to-back games where we've looked to Jimmy for some type of offense and we have not got it. Thank you, Darius Jordan, Nasty Man with the $10 dono. He said, y'all think they can stop them from making their threes? Not at this point. Like, even Jaylen Brown got going in this game. That was something that we could have cut the water off on. Like, Jaylen Brown getting going in this game is a bad sign for Miami, just being real with you. Thank you, James Todd, with the $20 dono. He said, this is deja vu. Last year, we had Game 7 on our floor, and this time around, this is basically our Game 7 on our floor. Nervous as hell, especially considering we've lost 4 out of our last 5 home games versus the Seas. That's a good point. We have, like, we did lose all 3 home games last year, and then we lost 1 out of the 2 this time. Darius Jordan with the $30 dono again. He said Heat will bring K-Love off the bench next game and start Bam, Caleb, Strus, Gabe, and Jimbo. From there, it's up in the air. They got to stop the C's from making their threes. I don't think they'll start Caleb. I think they're going to start Shameless because that motherfucker, God, we'll get there. New, I saw you unloading the chop on the day on Jimbo. Talk about his game today.
Listen, man, I'm not the biggest Jimmy Butler fan. Just like I've never been the biggest Jimmy Butler fan. I appreciate him for what he's done for the Miami Heat. But to me personally, Miami Heat fans have this affinity for Jimmy that they shouldn't have. The man hasn't hung any banners, and to me, that's what matters. Like, it's cute, like we could say like, oh, Jimmy was great in the bubble. We didn't win. Oh, like playoff Jimmy, he was Michael Jordan Jr. last year. We didn't win. So like, to me, before you reach a pinnacle, you got to win something. Like, I need a ring before I start like acting like Jimmy Butler is slander proof. So Ant is talking about something. I'm not betting against Jimmy Butler in the Game 7. He lost a Game 7 last year on his home floor. Like, so to speak as if like, oh well, we go into Game 7 and we got Jimmy Butler. I'm not worried. I am. Jason Tatum just dropped 51 points in the Game 7. Like, and I'm sorry, like, it's cute to be like, man, we got Jimmy. Jimmy has stunk this series. Like, he was great Game 1. Game 2, he was coasting until Grant Williams did Grant Williams things, and he put the game away. But Game 3, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything last game. He didn't do anything tonight. So to me, why are we acting like, oh, well, we got Jimmy. It's cool. Like, how is it cool? You're losing these games. You're talking about the playoffs are supposed to be hard. Games can be hard and you can win in 4. That Denver and LA series was hard. The New York series was hard. The Nuggets still swept them. The Lakers lost 4 games by a combined 24 points. I'm no mathematician, but that's 6 points on average between, like, you can play a team close and still win in 4. Like, I don't need it to, it got to go 6 for us to earn it. Earn it in 5. Like, I don't know. Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry. I'm not even mad at Bam. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not mad at Bam because you're not my number 1. And listen, Ricky, you can ask Royal. I give Bam a lot of flack. I got a nickname for that man that I will not say on stream because my mama might watch this and she raised me better. So I'm not gonna say it.
You know, New, I was kind of wondering why you were talking like that, and now it makes perfect sense, bro.
My mom, I got a little bit of sometimes.
Okay. I was trying to figure it out, bro. I've heard you. Okay, go ahead.
You heard me empty the chop. I'll be honest.
Hey, Mama New, how you doing?
There you go. Like, but listen, I call Bam bitch Adebayo. That's like, I got smoke for that man. But Jimmy Butler is my number one. Jimmy Butler should be able to get me one game the way Caleb Martin got me game 2. And he didn't do it. So I'm mad at Jimmy. I'm not mad at Bam. That's just, and I'm mad at Kyle because Jimmy's the reason Kyle's here. And I'm sorry for taking over and going on a soliloquy on y'all show.
You are fine. That's what people do here. You are allowed to do that. You stay until the end of the show, and you can do the rest of it with us. Want to thank John James with the $4.99. Don't know. He said if Boston is the one in that 1 and 154, they can and will clown us forever. Absolutely. Like if you are the first team to give up a 3-0 lead, then you deserve everything that comes your way after that.
We won't.
Thank you, Nasty Man, with the $20 don't know. He said Jimmy just guaranteed Game 6 win, and he not playing around on the mic like normally. He seems serious again. I don't care. I don't care if Jimmy Butler is serious at every press conference. He ain't never got to smile, drink Michelob Ultra, none of that shit ever again for me, bro. I do not give a shit what Jimmy Butler says anymore. Play, boy. And talk about Jimmy Butler's game tonight and why you think it was miraculous.
Nah, first off, what's your name in the top right? Is it Dakota's Nunu? What do you want to go by?
Just call me Nunu. That's my nickname. Yeah.
Well, first off, you actually gave a very, very well said argument. So you brought up a lot of good points. A couple things I do want to push back on though is people saying, "Oh, I'm betting on Jimmy to do it this year. He didn't do it last year." Last year's Game 7 for the Heat was the Game 6 elimination game because, of course, they had an elimination game before the Game 7. He had arguably one of the greatest performances in NBA history, and to expect him to do that twice, which would have been in the Game 7, is a bit difficult. Unfortunately, nobody else stepped up in the Game 7, but he did have his heroics in Game 6, the first game where he actually needed to. The winner go home, he did it. And we saw that twice in the bubble run also with the Game 3, so they didn't go down 3-0, and then in the Game 5, which is elimination. So until he does not show up in the first elimination game, then I'm not going to bet against him. You mentioned Tatum's 51 is the most fraudulent 51 I've ever seen. That 76ers team quit mentally at halftime. He had about 30 of it.
And hold on, before you said until he does not show up in the first elimination game. So you're giving Jimmy until Game 7 to show up.
No. I'll get to that though. But no, I'm saying I'm not betting against him until he doesn't show up in an elimination game. If that makes sense.
The elimination game will be Game 7 this year, Ed.
Yeah, but I'm not betting against him. Right. I'll jump into tonight. I'll jump into tonight because Tatum was a fraudulent 51. He did all that shit in garbage time. He was stat padding, whatever. And also, Jess said this Heat team's in a bad position. I think up 3-2, having a home game is not a bad position at all. But regardless, we doing a post-game stream on tonight's game. So I'm going to talk about tonight, in which Jimmy Butler was fucking terrible. He was awful. He did not show up. And he did the same thing this game that pissed me off in the regular season when they had that win in Boston. After the game, Eric Reed asked him what he expects from this team. He said a championship. We all seen the clip. And I remember specifically, they came out the next game versus the Detroit Pistons. He scored 14 points and they fucking lost. A game that was really huge at the time because the team was struggling. And I talked about this all year on the basement. That pissed me off because if Jimmy's going to sit here and do all that talk, then you better show up. And he didn't show up that next game. And yesterday he's sitting there saying they sound all good, they're all relaxed, they're all chill. And then he came out tonight and he was terrible. That was frustrating because he's getting paid all this money. He's not getting paid all this money to sit around and score 14 points until it's an elimination game. So I'm very frustrated with Jimmy tonight. My overall point that I started this stream with is I am not betting against the man for the rest of my life. He's earned that from me. That's funny. He earned that from me is what I'm saying. So I'm not sitting here making no excuses for Jimmy tonight because he was terrible. And you can't afford just to wait. You can't just afford to waste games in the playoffs. You can't just afford to take rest games 5 and 6 or games 4 and 5. You can't afford to do it. But I'm still not betting against him. That's my overall point.
Yeah, like not betting against Jimmy. Like I don't know. Like he hasn't given me much evidence to bet with him this series, and that is what is pissing me off and what is frustrating me because this isn't a one-time. Like, if it was a one-time deal, then I can see that. He's played well. He has not played well for the majority of this series. That girl went and put on some glasses up. So that motherfucker think she was a different person.
I couldn't see. I'm on my phone and my laptop. I had to put my glasses on.
But yeah, Ricky, go ahead and tell me what you thought about it. Somebody say you looking zesty as fuck. So, Ricky, go ahead and give me your thoughts on Jimmy Butler tonight, bro.
I mean, if anybody that knows me very well, I am the exact opposite of zesty, but I digress.
Look, it's all glasses on the stream. Look at that.
What?
What is she talking about?
Oh, wow. Look at this. It's an intellectual
I'm
Thursday.
not on Ant's vibe tonight. Fuck that.
And
exactly, Jess. I'm with you, bro. Fuck that shit. I don't need to see nothing.
Wow.
I don't want to agree.
I'm gonna be like this reading them damn donos, bro, because I can't see shit without these glasses. Now I ain't gonna take your glasses off. I can't fuck with you right now, bro. And Ricky, take yours off too. Go ahead,
what?
But
no. So look, man. This is less about Jimmy Butler and more about the guys that Jimmy Butler is going to make look good. Did you see how many reps that Duncan Robinson got tonight as a result of Jimmy not taking shots away from him? Do you realize how confident he's going to be heading into Game 6? Do you all remember the 1996 NBA Finals when the Chicago
No, I was too. I don't remember.
Probably weren't alive. That's fine. But they went up 3-0 against a very good team that happens to wear green. And they got bored because it's like, nah, we can't end their season now. Let's make them think they got a chance. And then two losses later, they took it back home and they ended the series. And they were considered one of the greatest stories in NBA history. Like, I mean, isn't it obvious that that's what's happening right now? I mean, would we have seen Haywood Highsmith, who we're gonna need in the NBA Finals from a depth standpoint?
Oh my fucking Lord!
Would we see him out there if Jimmy didn't take a step back in the
I'm about to do a solo.
Team?
I'm about to kick all you niggas on stream talking about a damn shameless hospital. I'm about to punt.
Feel free to fact check that, Chris. Go ahead, look it up. They went up 3-0 and lost 2 games and then won it in 6. It's common knowledge.
My brother, don't fact check Ricky J. Mark, brother.
He has Royal made that mistake last year.
Hey, bro. First of all, that never happened. Don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead and continue to talk about Jimmy Butler tonight, or talk about nothing at all.
Yeah, he's got to rest his legs because there's going to be there's a big NBA final series coming up, and he can't use up all his legs on a team like the Celtics right now. I mean, if he does that, it's going to be a problem for the Heat because look at what happened when LeBron ran out of gas against the Lakers. They lost in 4. I mean, I really don't understand what the concern is. We have a 3-2 lead. Game 6 is at home. It's on the weekend. The fans are going to be there. The players are going to be there. Gabe Vincent's coming back. Haywood Highsmith is going to play big minutes. You might even see Yurtseven out there. I mean,
will you stop? Will you stop it, Ricky? You are a learned man. I done told
stop
you.
What?
With the ignorance, bro. Don't stop.
There's nothing ignorant about what I'm saying. They got more reps
We need
tonight.
shameless Haslem in the finals. That sounds outrageous. First of all, let's talk about another man after my own heart. We got my dog, Shep, my brother in here. He said you lost me with the baseless hot shit. He lost me too, bro. Like, I don't even know what this man talking about right here. Let's pivot over to Bam a little bit. Bam was not as bad as Jimmy, but he was worse. Because Bam, it wasn't that Bam wasn't aggressive. He shot 8 of 15. It was just he was missing the easiest shit. And he probably could have had a 30-point game if he didn't give the ball away every time he fucking touched it. So we're going to start with this side of the room this time. Let's start with Ricky. Ricky, talk to me about Bam tonight. And
come on. I don't think. I mean, let's be completely honest here, okay? You don't start 3 games super aggressive, all-star caliber, doing a spin move on what's his name, Jaylen Brown, making him look stupid like he's at the Rucker. I mean, the last time I saw a dribble move like that, you know what? I'm not even gonna make that reference. I've made that reference 2 times on the stream. I'm not gonna keep going to that well. You mean to tell me someone with a bag like that is just gonna stop doing it without there being a greater purpose? Come on.
A bag?
Come on.
I'm
All
sorry.
right. This is a guy. Look. Let me not make Tim Duncan comparisons. All right, look, here's what I'm saying. All right, better yet, I won't make Tim Duncan comparisons. Matt, you know what? I'm not going to make Amari Stoudemire comparisons.
So who are you comparing?
What is it? Idris? What is it? Ifemi Adebayo? I think that's what he's talking about. Look, he played so well the first 3 games, took a step back the next 2. Did you see how fleet of foot? Oh shoot! Omer Yurtseven looked out there, and what is considered?
Stop it!
Come
you
on,
can't
man.
keep doing this to me, Ricky. Bro, you are killing me.
Luring them into a false sense of security. Just when they think, oh, he's just going to stand there awkwardly at the top of the key.
Ricky's in my bag right now.
No,
Bro,
just when he's just standing there at the top of the key, not knowing what to do, he's just going to bust out a spin move. And next
Ricky,
thing you know, your ankle's on the other side of the court. Your ankle's on the other side of the court. 36 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, 6 blocks. That's game 6 for you. That's coming. Okay? I'm telling you, you're going to see one of the greatest Bam Adebayo performances of all time.
Ricky,
okay?
Looking at you is making my face hot right now. So I'm
That's the heat.
No, it is not. It is you pissing me off. Sit there for 3 minutes until I'm able to bring you back. Because, bro, I'm about to nut up on this stream.
Ain't that like a penalty time in hockey, like 3 minutes where you gotta be like,
you just go chill, bro. Like you relax over here in this corner. Like that's what this is. Want to thank James Todd with the $10 dono. He said, I need Jimmy to stop talking and show me. That's it. Maybe don't get your shit pushed in by Rod Williams at the top of the key. This man was our 4th leading scorer tonight in a closeout game. Disgusting. Want to thank the nasty man again with the $5 dono. He said, I believe in the Heat because Celtics have beaten them when they've played, because Celtics haven't beaten them when they've played well yet. The problem ain't about like the Celtics beating the Heat when they play well. It's about the Heat have not played well, and to expect for them to just come back and play to the level that they were playing at before might be a tall task considering the number of people that are dropping and the concessions that we're have to make at certain positions, like point guard, for instance, with Kyle Lowry, sorry ass. Danny Filmgen with the $5 lob. He said, Jimmy needs to show up next game. He needs someone like James Poe to tap his shoulder and motivate him. Yes, like he motivates me every day by being the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, my guy James Poe and the people over at Simple Health Advisors. Insurance does not need to be complicated, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you email I got James Poe or give him a call today. Email him at jpoe@simplehealthadvisors.com or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Just to start the video late, so now the music cue is fucking me up. But I know it's 321-345-7738. Give my dog a call and tell him that the basement sent you for sure. We got W. Brody, 55 with the $10 dono. He said, to me, it ain't the fact that we lost 2 and could have closed it out in 4. It's the fact that we got blown out in both and Gabe got hurt when we could have been rested healthy if Jimmy played like he wanted to win. For sure. Let's go back to Ant on this conversation, talk about Bam.
Yeah, just pretty much my thoughts are the exact same that I had with Jimmy. Bam was terrible tonight. He couldn't hold on to the ball. He literally looked like the second half of the regular season Bam Adebayo. He was just terrible. He could not even hold on to the ball. He didn't even look like a basketball player out there. To be honest, he was looking like Shameless Highsmith, who, as optimistic as I've been, I do not agree with anything Ricky said. But he's in my bag right now, so I know what he's doing. Because the slight chance that Bam does have a masterclass next game, he's looking like a genius. I see what you're doing. I like it. But I'm not here for Shameless. I still think he sucks. I hate that man. But yeah, Bam was terrible. The first 3 games that he had this series where he was great, I suppose give me some faith that he might do good one of these next possibly 2 games. But really the only reason I have somewhat faith, if any, is because he is the most inconsistent player, one of the most inconsistent that I've ever seen in my life, because at his best, he is a star. And at his worst, he looks unplayable because he was doing nothing on either side of the ball tonight. That's why I call him Bam the Fraudulent. And like I was saying, if there's any reason to have some faith, it's because now he's had 2 terrible games in a row. And he usually has 2 to 3 bad in a row before he'll get you a good one. So hopefully he's coming up soon.
Vicious Technique, he said, how much does it cost to be a sponsor? We got our sponsorship packets up on the website at www.thebasementsportsnetwork.com, or you can DM us on Twitter at basementsportsn, which may be the most like efficient way to get to us. But DM us on Basement Sports End, and we'll link up with you and let you know how much it costs to be a sponsor. And we'll send you out the sponsorship package. Or that's for anybody else who wants to sponsor this network. Just send us a DM on Twitter or check out our sponsorship page on the website, and it'll show you everything. Although with the name like Vicious Technique, I have no idea what product you're selling. And we're not giving no hand job techniques out here. Like, we're not no hand job class. We're not doing that on this network. I'm sorry to have to throw it to you ladies after this, but that's just how this show is building up. So, Jess, we're coming to you. Talk about Bam Adebayo tonight.
He's soft. He's soft. Al Horford looked better than him. Grant Williams looked better than him. He looked flustered. Every time he put the ball on the floor, I was nervous. More often than not, when he put the ball on the floor, he got stripped. It was really difficult to watch. I'm not even sure how he went 8 for 15. It did not feel like that at all. I felt like he was missing several shots right in front of the rim over and over, same way he did last game. At least this game he took 15 instead of 7. So, kind of like the Tyler thing, like law of averages, you shoot this amount's going to go in. It was bad. And this is coming off me bitching on the last stream about him having 10 points, saying that's unacceptable. At the end of the day, so is 16 quiet points. Highsmith had 15 points. He had more points than Jimmy Butler. He was our third leading scorer. I'm not giving him praise. This is more to point out how bad he had one less point than Bam and one more point than Jimmy. The way that we have referred to that man this entire season, and that's where he's at in the box score, is really concerning. And at the end of the day, my plan obviously did not work with playing a box and one and having Jimmy on Tatum the entire game. That didn't happen. I think the next guy that you put on him is Highsmith. And you guys can give me shit all you want. I'm not saying he needs all these minutes. I'm not saying any of that. He locked down Tatum on more than one play, despite the fact that he was having a very good game. I didn't see anybody else doing that. We already know we can't guard the perimeter. That's just like a whole nother not to get off the Bam topic, but it's like we have so many problems on defense that it's just, we don't know. We're not good enough to play man. Like I'm always saying, we don't have good enough defenders. Our zone, they end up with an open 3 every single time. So unless they come up with some magic plan on how to actually play perimeter defense for next game, I'm not sure we can pull out another win in this series, because evidently the Celtics started off really cold from 3 in these first couple games, and they've turned it up, and we have no answer for them. So, I mean, for Bam, like, look, was he spectacular on the defensive end tonight? No, definitely not on the offensive end either. I don't know what was so special about it. Duncan Robinson was our leading scorer. So at the end of the day, if that's not Bam or Jimmy, we have a problem. So.
Boy, Kendall, it's also Jimmy legacy on the line. Cook, Kendall. Talk about Bam.
Do I have to? It's like, nah.
Not really. Nobody else here listens to me.
Listen, Bam. Every time I start, it seems like it's my fault. You know what? These past 2 games, it is my fault. Because after game 3, I started respecting Jimmy Butler. I started respecting Bam Adebayo. And look, they said, job's done. We got respect. We ain't got to do nothing else. You do.
New said we good. We good.
I was on Twitter being nice. You saw the tweets, Roy. I wasn't being negative. I was being respectful to people
out of character. Out of character.
And this is how they repay me. I tweeted I would never disrespect Jimmy Butler again about the regular season. And he's done this. And listen, I'm sorry, you said talk about Bam. This is Bam. Like, y'all have been saying it all season because I've really been pissed off a lot about Bam. And y'all have said, like, this is just who he is. And, like, he got a dickhead gene. Like, it's just, and you can't get out of, like, you can't do nothing with a dickhead gene. Like, this is who he's gonna be. I have more problems with like the fact he turned the ball over 700 times than I have with anything else. I didn't care about points. Like, dude, my nephew could have stole the ball from you. Like, come on. Like, at a certain point, you got to be a man and like just have some pride and realize like I can't keep doing. He has a dickhead gene, Chris. That's what it's. He's a dickhead. Y'all don't know the dickhead. All right, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mom. But it is what it is. Like, and I don't know. I don't. It's just frustrating because he can be so much better. Like and this is not trying. I'm not trying to like shit on Caleb because Caleb had a good game. He's fine, you know. But like Caleb doesn't have half the skill Bam Adebayo has, and he just tries so hard every single second he's on the court, and he makes things happen.
Called you a nerd.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm Muslim. It's okay. Like, we kind of look similar. I see it. You ain't got to confess your sins to me. I ain't going to help you.
I'm sending you to hell. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm sending you to hell, bro. I'm snitching to God. Everything you tell me.
That's crazy. I was saying something. I lost my complete train of thought.
My bad, bro.
I was giving actual basketball analysis.
Oh, that's cool. I can pick it up from here if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Ricky. It's your bag, Tom.
Listen. Okay. I mean, my head's hurting. I'm sweating. Listen, Bam Adebayo is exactly who we thought he was. Okay. Not someone you could depend on long term as a first or second option. I mean, are you kidding me? Ooh, he did one spin move in 6 years. That means he's somehow going to save you after being up 3-0. I got some news for y'all. This team is cooked. They're going to lose in 7 games. You know why? Because reality has started to set in for this team. The injuries have started to pile up. Jimmy's legs are dead after, one good game in X amount of time. And guess what? It's over. It's over. Remember when the Celtics said, no, don't let us get one? Yeah, don't let them get one. Not only did they get one, you gave them 2. And guess what? The Celtics know how to beat Miami in Miami. They did it 3 times out of 7 games last season. They're going to do it again. This series is over. At this point, it's a formality. Okay? This team is cooked. Jimmy's cooked. He don't got nothing else for you. You know what I know what happened when this series ended? When Grant Williams blocked Jimmy's shot right along the baseline where he usually gets his shots off, and Jimmy ain't do nothing. That's when I knew this series was over. He can be a meme on the bench all he wants. He can wear a big top hat before and after games. He can sell overpriced, overrated coffee all he wants. He can be a jerk and curse out loud and talk about how, oh, yeah. Listen, this is the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. They have nothing to lose. Well, aside from their pride being the first team to go up 3-0 before losing for the first time. But this is actually the ideal situation. From the very beginning of this series, I said, if you are the Boston Celtics, you don't get the show, do you, Chris?
What happened? I left and came back, and Ricky's being realistic. I didn't know.
Hey, first of all, I don't know what y'all talking about. Ricky been talking like this the whole show.
Like,
okay.
Like, what do you see? Here's what I love, right? Look at what the comments are saying now that I'm being realistic. This is what's wrong with y'all. I can pander to y'all and tell y'all what y'all want to hear. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, please be true. As if anything any of us here can possibly say will make Bam grow a pair. Like, how old are y'all? Y'all 12? Y'all still dreaming? Like, y'all think, oh, man, if we just use our imagination and if we dream hard enough, the team that we like is going to succeed. What? You think the world really works like that? What planet are you on? Is fan really short for fanatic? I mean, we can have fun. We can chop it up. We can talk our mess about the game and everything like that. But look at how bipolar y'all are. Y'all start hearing stuff that, what's the term? Cognitive dissonance. Y'all start hearing stuff y'all don't like, whether or not it's realistic or not. And all of a sudden you want to shoot the messenger. You can't argue the message, so you want to attack the messenger. It is what it is. Guess what? Yeah, the Heat are going to lose this series in 7. Gabe Vincent's hurt. Jimmy's legs are cooked. Bam is unreliable. Tyler's never coming back. Your role players are undrafted guys that are eventually going to come back to the mean. And oh, what a shock their stats are starting to round off finally. And it turns out that maybe Derek White, an injured Jaylen Brown, an aged Al Horford, a Marcus Smart, who was a top 3 pick at one point, maybe they're better than what you guys have, and maybe they're confident enough to get everything together. Missoula was getting crucified just the other day. He starts making 3 adjustments, and now he's blowing your team out by 20. I would feel sorry for you, but y'all deserve it. So
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. And Ricky just spent 2 minutes calling you pussy, and I wouldn't take that, so I'm gonna let you respond. Want to thank James Todd for the $5 dono. He said, as much as I hated Ricky cooking, he pissing me off, but he cooking. That is often the case with Ricky.
Oh, he's bad. He's mad. They beat the Knicks. Well, guess what? The Knicks have a future.
Shut the fuck up, Ricky J. You was doing so good. You were doing so good, bro. You was doing so good.
He fumbled at the 1 yard line.
Come on, bro. Come on now. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. SSJ Lanky with the $4.99 don't know. He said that number 3 pick finna go crazy. Yes, it is. Scoop, 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 scoop. And for sure, that's the homie though. Gerald L with $1.99 don't know. He said, here's $2. Boot this man off the stream. Listen, bro. I told y'all we don't predict on here. We prophesy. I knew that money was coming to get that boy up out of here very quickly. But just because you're talking, I'm bringing the Cain back. I would not send a black man to banishment like that. How dare you try me like that? Hold on, I got to be in the middle because I'm shameless. But go ahead, Ed. Respond to Ricky calling you pussy for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I love how before Ricky got out of here, he said, oh, yeah, go ahead and just say because I'm a Knicks fan. Like, I'm still not going to bring it up. You just a salty-ass Knicks fan who said the same damn shit when Miami played them. He was over there sitting saying, oh, yeah, Jalen Brunson better than anything Miami got, the deeper bench, all this Miami injuries. And then we beat the hell out of your team, okay? And I'm not sitting here saying that this Heat team don't have problems. Jimmy's been shit for 2 games. Bam's been shit for 2 games. And, yeah, Boston's role players have gotten hot. But for y'all to sit here and seriously think that for 4 straight games that's going to happen, that's crazy. There's a reason that 3-0 leads have never gotten blown because one team has proven that they are better than the other team or at least close enough. There's no way the Boston role players and all those guys can get hot like they did the last 2 games for 4 straight. They did it for 2 games.
Don't put anything past the Miami Heat.
Yeah, bro, like
this team is exactly who they said they were all season. They got hot
at
the right time, played the right teams at the right time, and now they're about to come back and bite.
Look, you're in a position now where you can look like a fucking prophet because they're up 3 games. They only need to win 1 more to advance. But if Miami loses on Saturday, there is nothing that you can do to convince me that they're going back to Boston to win that game, bro. Like, there is nothing, bro. Go ahead.
Everyone here says this Heat team is the team we saw in the regular season. And yes, that's exactly what they look like the last 2 games. But this regular season Heat team would not even lose 4 straight games to the Boston Celtics.
They lost.
Heat team,
I don't want to cut you off. I looked it up because I wanted to be factual.
What do you got?
The Miami Heat lost 4 straight games twice this season. One of those 4-game stretches was to the Toronto Raptors, Washington Wizards, Cleveland Cavaliers, Minnesota Timberwolves. Do you think any of those 4 teams are on the same level as the Boston Celtics?
I think comparing the playoffs to the regular season is stupid. Thinking that Erik Spoelstra is going to lose 4 straight games to the same team is crazy. Thinking Jimmy Butler is going to lose 4 games.
Eric ain't the one turning the ball over 5 times.
You're not backing up this take. Like, I understand the passion, the guts, and all that shit, but you're not.
That's not what this Heat team had 100 turnovers today. They're not doing that every single game in the regular season, and they're not going to do it 4 games straight.
They did it last game too.
They're going to do it on Saturday,
and they're not going to do it 4 straight. That's why I don't give a damn if they do it next game.
I think the problem is that you're looking at it, and I get it. We're Heat fans, and listen, I want to be clear. I do not think the Miami Heat will lose this series. I do believe that they close it out next game. However, if the job is to be realistic, I'm not comfortable just saying, well, they turned the ball over 100 times. When we went into this series, people who did not pick the Miami Heat to win this series, it was because, number one, there's such a great talent deficiency between the teams, and that when it matters, Boston players, they show up. And you can say Jason Tatum's 51 was fraudulent. That's fine. It's still 51 out there. Like,
had 30 in the first half.
That's what I'm saying. It was like 44 for real. I see what you're saying. He was in the fourth quarter. It was garbage time. He was stat padding, but he still did it. And he still outscored the Sixers' entire team in the fourth quarter in Game 6. Like, these things happen. Derek White killed us last year. He's killing us now. He's shooting like 50% from 3 in the series. Like, quiet is kept. That is the change that has, like, sparked their run. They went small. They've been playing less Robert Williams, and nobody can seem to stop Dan Rue. Like, so I get it. Spo is a great coach. I don't think Royal got it. I don't think there's a better.
Royal catches everything.
I don't think there's a better coach in the association than Erik Spoelstra. But at the end of the day, Erik Spoelstra is not on that floor. This is not Erik Spoelstra versus Joe Mazzulla. These guys have to show up. And if I have to depend on a guy named Haywood Highsmith in order for my team to win one more game, I'm sorry if I say, damn, it looked like Boston might do it. Do I think they will? No, but the margin for error is much smaller for Boston than it is for Miami. And this has been shown.
How can all these people sit here and say that Boston is clearly the better team when for 5 games this series, Miami's been better for 3 of them? Miami has literally been the better team in head-to-head matchups for 3 of the 5 games this series. But people
have they been better? Have they been better? Because
yes, they've been better.
No,
yes,
because for one of those games they've been better for 1 quarter and they were worse for 3 quarters.
Yeah,
I
now you're doing the damn
I get into the quarter talk with you though, bro. Because if you're gonna say they've been better, then you can't say games. Like they haven't been better for 3 games. They've won 3 games.
You know when you find out who's a better team? When the games are tight in the fourth quarter. The better team wins that 9 times out of 10. And
why does the game have to be tight? They're blowing our ass out in the first half, man.
Okay, and they're gonna blow us out for 2 more games. They're gonna blow us out 4 straight. You're right. That's not realistic.
They might.
You guys want to talk about being realistic? Is the Boston Celtics 4 straight blowout wins better than the Miami Heat? No.
Are you as confident?
They don't have to blow us out for 4 straight games.
Are you
win by 1 point?
Yeah, are you as comfortable with the Miami Heat playing if Gabe Vincent misses the next game too? Are you as comfortable?
That's the biggest concern I have. No, that for sure.
But that's the problem in and of itself. Go ahead,
but I don't think he'll miss next game.
Let's just get in.
I'm just we have no what are the odds of him coming back? You can't bank on that going into this next game. Like, and by the way, we lost last game with him playing more than half the game, if I recall. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we played sloppy. We turned the ball over. We forgot how to shoot. If you take Boston completely out of the equation and how they play and the shots they're hitting, are these Miami Heat capable of going 4 games in a row, turning the ball over and not shooting well? Absolutely. I don't care if the Celtics have an average game. We are capable of that. We have to be realistic. Like, I'm not trying to be the Debbie Downer, but like this team has shown us what we're capable of. We've been on a magical playoff run. I don't care if I have to bring everybody back to reality about what this team looked like several months ago. I have enjoyed every second of this run because I'm not a sour ass like a lot of people on Twitter. I have really enjoyed every second of it. I've been amazed because they're doing what was completely improbable several months ago. But guys, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to say it again. There is nothing about these last 2 games that gives me confidence about the next 1 or the next 2. I don't feel they haven't shown me anything that makes me think. What do I think? What this switch is just going to turn on for next game? Like what are they going to do differently?
Why are you throwing
the first 3 games out the window?
So why are you throwing the first 3 games out the window though, Jess?
But you're throwing out the minutia of these games out the window. We were down by fucking 10 points. Heading into the fourth quarter of one of these games, man.
We've been down. Like, we've been down. But my point is, like, it's like
they won. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
okay, all right. Winning the game does not mean that you played better the entire game.
We just dropped 2 in a row.
Here's one thing I've noticed about comebacks, though. When it comes to like coming back from 3-1 down or 2-1 down or whatever, one of the biggest reasons why teams tend to come back from 3-1 or even 3-0 for whatever reason, even if they don't ultimately win in the end, though they might from time to time, there are different factors that come into play. Like, for example, the 2016 finals. I know it's very easy for people to say LeBron just willed the Cavs back to win that series, when in reality, it's like, well, wait, why couldn't he will them back from 3-0 the following years? Well, there are reasons for that, right? Because, for example, it wasn't just LeBron being amazing. You know, in Game 5, Kyrie and LeBron had 41 points apiece, and the other guys did their jobs. Draymond was suspended. Andrew Bogut, their starting center, was injured. Injuries play a role in that. You see, in many ways, the Heat have been running on what I would call like a success-related form of adrenaline, where realistically speaking, as an 8th seed, they had no business being this far. However, being as limited as they are, they needed everything to go their way from a matchup standpoint, from an execution standpoint. They couldn't afford to lose what little they already had left. Gabe Vincent goes down. Oladipo goes down in the first round. Herro goes down in the first round. Yeah, we knew about that. Gabe Vincent was the only point guard left. Kyle Lowry only had one good game in the series. And what did you do? What did these circumstances do? We basically gave him higher usage. We told him, all right, you're not doing well, but we need you because we literally have no other point guards left on this roster. Go play more, and as a result, you couldn't really take him off the floor in the event that he started to stink it up. Meanwhile, the other guys figured out some matchups, started to do well. They won a game, they won another game, and in the midst of that winning a game, winning another game, the Heat, they lost a guy. Gabe Vincent got hurt. Game 6, that's going to be something crazy. But here's the thing, though. Here's what kills me. No one told Bam to stop being aggressive. No one told Bam to suddenly become a turnover machine. No one told Jimmy to pretty much lose the feeling in his legs and stop performing at the level that's been amazing for the Heat in this playoffs. Now, if you told me that Bam and Jimmy brought it, like they performed to the best of their ability in game 4 and game 5, but for whatever reason, the Heat still lost, then I could be like, you know what? The role players are going to show up in game 6. It's going to be all right. But the role players, I mean, Caleb got hurt tonight. Jimmy and Bam didn't give you anything in game 4. I know Jimmy had like 29, but that was a weak, silent, useless, garbage time 29. Neither of them gave you anything tonight. Am I supposed to magically expect that Jimmy's going to get like orthokine, like that random German knee treatment between now and game 6? Am I magically going to think that Bam's suddenly going to get his act together and decide, wait a minute, I'm the best big man in the Eastern Conference, and I'm the second best big man left still playing in the NBA? Or are we supposed to expect that? Has that ever been the case in the last 4 years of us watching this, where it's like, oh, he's going to come through, he's going to do what he needs to do, as opposed to standing there awkwardly when things go wrong at the top of the key with 4 seconds left on the clock, looking for a dribble handoff when the guy is actually starting to back away from him? I'm not convinced. I'm really not. And I know they've been doing well before, but suddenly the Celtics have adjusted. Bam hasn't showed up. Jimmy's legs are understandably exhausted. Of course, I could see why it's a fertile scenario for the Celtics to come back and win 4 games. They have the talent they have both the talent and the health to do so. I can understand believing that the Heat are going to close it out in game 6. It's an understandable belief because they already won a game, and theoretically they could score more points than the other team. But realistically, tide's turned. I don't know, man. It just doesn't look like that anymore. I don't think they have enough left. They're out of gas, and I don't blame them. I think we should applaud them for what they've done thus far. But at this point, it's like the guy's just hanging there. It's like Triple H doing the suck it sign, knowing he's about to get tombstoned by The Undertaker. It's over. Right. The match is over.
I think the tides turn thing was like a beautiful way to put it. The tides of a series can turn, and like, you might not think momentum is a real thing, but they have it, brother. And we're going to see them ride that wave until they can't anymore. I missed Henley L's dono earlier with the $5. He said he apparently don't need to pick against them. He apparently need people to pick against them so that they can say no one gave them a chance. Shaking my head. Disgusting approach. Listen, whatever works, bro. Like, I'm with it. Like, if you got to be an underdog to win, then be an underdog. Dan the Film Jet with the $5 dono. He said, I like Spo, but why he start Highsmith in the third quarter and not Love? Because Shameless Highsmith was playing defense and Kevin Love cannot. And you didn't want to put Cody Zeller back on the floor, so you put Shameless out there and then you use Kevin Love as your backup 5. I think that's what they're going to do for the rest of this series. Speaking of which, let's go to this next game. We're going to start with you, Ant, because we already know what you're going to pick. The boy feeling good?
Yeah, man. I want to get back on a couple of things Ricky said. He said this team basically
we have been going for an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
stop
not.
streaming.
No, I'm not
No,
done
let him
yet.
go.
I'm
Let
not
him
done
go.
yet. He said
What
this
you
team
mean? Let him go.
basically.
I'm gonna let everybody go. I will stop the damn stream.
No,
Fair
it's
enough.
gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick. Listen,
Okay.
he said this team basically got here playing perfect basketball and they had no margin of error the entire way. He's acting like they went to Game 7 in the first 2 series. They kicked the ass. They kicked the Bucks ass and the Knicks ass. Okay, so let's not act like they fought tooth and nail to get to where they're at. And also, he said he'd have more confidence in Jimmy and Bam were showing up because he thinks the role players could then step up next game. That's about as ass backwards as anything I ever heard. If anything, you'd have more faith that your stars would step up. So really what you said makes no sense at all. If the role players are playing hot
what I said.
and
They
keep
didn't
playing
show
hot,
up.
yeah, and I'd have more faith
They're
that
cooked.
those guys would show up next game. You keep making this assumption that Jimmy's legs are tired. You keep making this assumption.
Then how do you
You're
explain
basing
how
that
he's
on
played
me.
the last 2
But
games?
to be fair, Ant, you're making the assumption that Jimmy is going to be a world beater in Game
We're
6.
both making assumptions. That's my point. But his
I don't
argument
know
is
about
not
what I
making
saw
assumptions.
though.
Yeah, so
His
I'm coming
legs
back
ain't
saying
giving you
he's
nothing. He
making
got blocked
assumptions.
by the same guy he cooked in Game 2.
Oh, so he can't have a bad 2 games in a
Your
row.
legs don't magically get more refreshed later into the season. You get more and
Why
more
are you
tired.
assuming he was bad because his
I'm
legs?
sorry, no, you know what? I apologize. I already talked for like 2 minutes. I don't want to cut you off. Please cook. I
Yeah,
don't
why
don't
are
wanna
you
do that.
assuming he's bad just because his legs are tired? Maybe he just had a
Because-
bad game because he had a bad game. Jason Tatum had a shitty ass first couple games, then score in the fourth quarter. Did you say his legs were tired? No, he had a bad couple games. And for you to sit here and say if Jimmy and Bam were playing good, you think the role players might step up next game? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. If the role players are playing well, I have faith that my star players are the ones that are going to step up. And yes, Bam has been terrible, and I have no faith in the man whatsoever because he is Bam the fraudulent, but he has not had 4 terrible games in a row all year. He's going to get you, even if it's one of these 4, he's going to get you one of these 4, and that's all that you need because Boston is fucked. If they lose one game, the series is over. People are not realizing that, bro. This the playoff. Y'all lost 2 games. Y'all think the sky's falling.
Bam had a terrible 2 months. It's not, bro. It's not the sky is falling. It is we are using the evidence, what they have given us as of late, and taking that forward. I think you're misinterpreting what Ricky's point was about the star players. What he's saying is that if the star players had played well in these previous 2 games, then he would have more faith that they're going to play well again in the next game. But because they have not played well in these previous 2 games, there is a lack of faith there about what they're going to do. You just called Bam fraudulent, which means your entire hopes are hinging on Jimmy Butler coming back and doing what he did, putting on the cape and saving his team. We have not seen that from him this series, so there is no evidence to support that. Like, that is the point. That's the point Ricky was making.
4 bad games in a row. Never seen it.
That's not factual. Like, I don't care how you want to put it. That's not the truth. I've seen Jimmy have shitty halves of seasons, like this year. Ricky, the boy feeling good?
About what?
The next game.
Oh, no, it's over.
Okay. No, the girl feeling good?
Yeah, I am. I hate to agree with Ant. I truly do. Because I've been watching all season and I've never agreed with him on anything. But that Kyle Lowry video, the first one, not the second. But yeah. I believe
That's on me, by the way. I do apologize to everyone watching. I fucked up.
We took it back. We took it back.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
We're
sorry. We didn't mean that. We
So-
got out of character too, new. Like we go out here, we start being nice to motherfuckers.
being respectful.
That was
you know?
the first half of the show.
It's not going, you know what I'm saying? It ain't going.
We back in that bag again. If motherfuckers don't show up, we at your head top. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I feel good. I don't respect Jimmy Butler. I'll never respect him again. But he is a good basketball player, and he should have a good game. Gabe should be back, right? I think somebody said in the chat that Gabe should be back next game, which means less Kyle Lowry, which is always a win for the Miami Heat. So, and you know, shameless. No, I can't go that far. Yeah, I feel good. I'm done. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm about to say you had me in the first half. Jess, the girl feeling good?
I'm gonna make my response contingent on us not turning the ball over like that, playing some perimeter defense and not shooting terribly, and not having our 2 best players score under 16 points. I always try to be transparent on this platform, on Twitter, everywhere. I want to be the first person to say, for all those Twitter people out there that are obsessed with us, I definitely did not even expect them to make it this far. I didn't. When we were down in that play-in game against the Bulls, I was like, it's wraps. I recall certain people saying they didn't want us to win that game. I'm not going to say any names. I'm just going to say that, once again, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the ride. I can't believe they're even going to a game 6 against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals at all. Crazy. If you asked me in like December, I would have laughed in your face. That's just the honest truth. And so I ride with my team. I hope that this was the wake-up call that they needed. I thought last game was, and I think I said that on stream, but this is really, really the last chance. I do not want to see this series go to a game 7. If they have a chance to close out the series, it's going to be on Saturday in the Heat's house. I hope they can stop screwing around and just bring it home so we can move on and deal with that other team that we're not going to talk about right now.
So I think I've been pretty clear as to how I felt about this team all stream. They have sucked. I have no faith in them left. But Jess, you inspired me. I want to be transparent too. I'm a liar. The Heat about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? This shit is over with. I'm sick of this shit. The series over because I'm tired of watching it. We've blown the 2 games. We've given you everything you finna get, but bitch is over with. Fly back to Miami, enjoy the club scene, take a stroll on South Beach, get your fucking ass back to Boston, and stay there and watch us win a fucking title. I have had enough of Jason Tatum. I've had enough of Derek White, and I've had enough of Marcus Smart. Bam! Get your shit together. You don't have to score buckets. Nobody expects that from you. But grow some nuts, my boy. Go in there, man up, control the paint. Good for you. Jimbo, you better bring that bag. Because my boy Kendall know people. And I got a few Haitians to add to the squad. We will be packing your fucking ass up if we lose this series. On your watch. So sleep well tonight, ho. But bring your ass to work on Saturday. Thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to Ant, barely, because I hated every word he said tonight. Thank you to Jess. Appreciate you, Cain, Ricky. And of course, we don't have a queen sign. So I need to make a queen sign for Nunu. Nunu, we appreciate you. Nunu from the fan chat. We appreciate you for jumping in here with us. Y'all make sure y'all follow my girl at Easily Nunu on Twitter. She hosts spaces sometimes. Y'all join in there. Oh, and my boy Dan the Film Jet with the $5 dono coming in to say the words that we all know coming. Play the video, Justin.
Ball knocked to the outside, tracked down by Adebayo with just under 7 minutes to go in the fourth. They have matched their largest lead.
Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. It won't be long before you're playing point guard for the Guangdong Tigers. You trash-ass motherfucker. Fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
What's your Jamusa? What's your Megrin Booster Jongrin? What's your Jungle Tai?
Dajia Hao, Wojao.